It's the magic of math here, and today we're going to be adding, dividing, and multiplying, and determining whether or not our number sentences are true or false. Here's our question today. We are asked to determine whether the equations in the table are true. So you're going to select true or false for each equation. So here's where you pause the video. You determine whether these three number facts are true or false. Come back and hit play when you're ready to check your work. Good luck. Welcome back. So let's do them one at a time. We're going to start with the first equation, which states that 0 and 34/100ths add 5 and 2/10ths is equal to 8 and 6/10ths. So the best way to check whether it's true or false is we're going to do it ourselves. So let's review how to add decimals. We're going to start by writing the first decimal value. Then we're going to write the second, lining up the decimal points. So when you add, and you're going to do it vertically, you're stacking them. The decimal points need to be lined up, meaning each digit needs to be on top of the other. So we're going to fill in any missing digits with zeros to the right, and we're ready to add. So we're going to start to the right and move to the left. 4 plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. Bring down your decimal point. And 0 plus 5 is 5. So we can see that our answer is 5 and 54/100ths, which is not what this equation states. So we're going to say that this is false. I want to point out here that what they did here that was wrong was they didn't line up the decimal points. So you can see that if you didn't line up these decimal points and it was 5.2 all the way over here, you would have 8.6. So remember, you must line up the decimal points when you're adding. All right, second equation, we're going to divide. So we're going to set this up just as we read it, starting with the first numerical value. So we have 56/100ths, and we're going to then divide. So make your long division symbol. Then we come to this value. So that is what goes here. So students always say to me, what one goes on the inside and what one goes on the outside? If you read it from left to right, it sets up just like you read it. 56/100ths divided by 7/100ths. All right. To divide, we need to eliminate the decimal places. What we do to one number, we must do to the other. So I see that to make this a whole number, I need to move the decimal point 2 digits to the right, which means I need to move this decimal place 2 digits to the right as well. So when I do that, the decimal point is right here, giving us 7. 2 digits to the right gives us 56. 7 goes into 56 8 times. 8 times 7 is 56. Now we need to subtract. 56 subtract 56 is 0. So I have a remainder of 0. So therefore, 56/100ths divided by 7/100ths is indeed 8, giving me a true equation. All right, our third one, we're going to be multiplying decimals. When we multiply decimals, we're going to start by stacking them 0, 12/100ths. Then we're going to multiply by 3/10ths. When you multiply, you do not need to align these decimal points. We can just line up the digits, unlike the same digit. So we have the hundredths and the tenths. It's okay. We're just lining up the numbers to the right. Now we're ready to multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. So that's our first row. Now we're going to put a 0 in the placeholder and start the second row, 1 digit to the left. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. And 0 times 0 is 0. Now we're going to add. 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 0 is 3. 0 plus 0 and 0. Now I need to know where to put the decimal point. So I'm going back to my original problem, and I'm going to look to see how many decimal places are in all the numbers. So both values. We have 1, 2, 3 digits to the right of the decimal point, which means I need to move this decimal point 3 digits from the right here. So our answer is 36 thousandths, where their equation is 36 hundredths. So this equation is false. There you have it. That is how we determine if adding, dividing, or multiplying numerical equations are true or false. I thank you for joining me today at The Magic of Math, where we continue to master math one video at a time. I hope you have a great day and come back soon.